here. What's up, Billy Saveco? But we're at the bigger legend here, the one and only Donavan Brazier. What in the blazes just happened? Talk about it.
It's been a long time coming. I've been off for almost 3 years now, so I wanted to start off with a good meet. So nowhere better to be than Toad Fest. So started it off right and just went into the race not having too much expectation since I don't really know where to gauge where I'm at. But I think I exceeded what I thought I was supposed to do, so I'm happy with it.
Unbelievable. The rabbit dropped out with 125
I felt
to
bad.
go.
Yeah, seriously.
I felt bad. Baylor's a good friend, but
Yeah.
what was going through your head at that time?
At that point, you just already committed, so you got to go with it. But you know, I was too far committed, and I kind of had it on the edge on the kind of the 150 cut in. So I was like, I gotta just keep it to that point and just roll with the next 600.
Yeah. So 144. What was the expectation? You're in 144.7.
Yeah.
First race back in 3 years. I think that's going to be a Toad Fest record for a long, long time. Talk about that.
Yeah, it was just like coming in, like we didn't have too much expectation just because when you haven't raced in 3 years, you don't really know what the workouts indicate. And I think, you know, Coach Smith definitely thought I could come out here and be competitive, but I don't know if he thought 144 was in the realm quite yet, but I'm happy with it for sure.
Yeah. You know, talk about this meet. This is my first time ever putting on an event. How was it from the athlete side of things?
It was great. Yeah, no, it's definitely a beautiful area to be in, and just great weather and great atmosphere and everything. So, and I came out with the Toad trophy. So very happy, very fortunate.
Hold it up. What do you think about the trophy?
Oh, I love it. It's my favorite one I've gotten so far. So
I try to get something unique. Everyone gets the same running trophies. I'm like, you know what? You're not gonna get one of these very many places.
This is great. So
awesome. So flip things over real quick. Is, you know, last time I was roommate. I actually took your room. For people that don't know, I took your room in Doha, Qatar. When you left, this guy won the 2019 World Championships in Doha, Qatar, bounced, and then I said, Craig called me, goes, hey, I'm bored. So I flew out to Doha and took your room.
Yep, I'm there.
Yeah, your bed. I was sleeping. I felt like Don. So talk about, you know, what happened. Your last race was 2022. If you're okay with talking about what happened and what you've been doing the last 3 years, and yeah.
Yeah, I think I just coming off of injuries back in 2021 and just trying to come back too quickly between 2021 and 2022. I finally got the right surgeries and did the right recovery, and it took a whole almost 3 years now to fully recover, but I'm happy I'm doing it right this time, and I'm feeling 100% healthy for the first time in years, so I'm very grateful.
That's a breath of deep air.
Definitely.
Kind of talk about, did you find anything about yourself? I've been injured 6 times. I've had 6 stress fractures, but I'm not a world champ.
Yeah.
What did you have? I mean, you have to be different in your brain to be a world champ, but kind of talk about what you learned about yourself, because that's not easy, and some people would quit, but guess what? You're back.
Yeah, it's just, you know, I love running, I love competing, and when you kind of had a taste of being, you know, at one point I was the best at what I did in the 800, so just trying to get back to that. When you taste it, you want to come back and
hungry.
Yeah, and I was a little eager, and I tried coming back too early, but I just had to be patient, and you know, I was kind of in some lows for sure, and I probably wasn't that pleasant to be around for the longest time, but it's all worth it coming out and running races like this. So
what was one thing that pulled you out? What was one moment when you were like, what happened, or what was it click in your head? It's like, I'm not done.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, when you take like 2, 3, 4 months off, and you know, Craig Ingles was a big advocate of me trying to come back, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be able to probably come back the way I did, but he's just been so helpful in this whole process, and I'm just beyond grateful for him and all the coaches and everybody around me that's been so supportive. So, and even being out here, I haven't raced in years, and there's so many people just welcoming me back. It's just great energy, and I love having it. So
awesome. So when you got the phone call, or maybe you were sitting next to Craig, when he's like, I'm gonna run a 400 at the Toad Fest, do you want to come? Like, what was going through your head? Were you like, Billy's putting on a meet, what the heck's the Toad Fest?
Well, first thing I was like, why are you running a 400? That was my first question.
Exactly.
But, the Toad Fest also, I had to ask some questions what that was, but after hearing about it and knowing you who the guy you kind of are, so I thought it'd be like a perfect race to come out to and be a part of. So yeah.
Awesome, man. We had the Achilles Track Club. I don't know if you were here yet, but they were runners with disabilities running. We had some of the Titans out with them. A bunch of little kids. We had elementary kids asking pictures. You know, when you go to the Diamond League and the Olympics and all the World Championships and all the different levels there are, talk about what it's like to kind of the grassroots and kind of just get to shake hands with the kids that might want to be you one day.
It's cool. It's just a better sense of community, especially with meets like this, because you got everybody from, like you said, like middle schoolers all the way to pros, and we're all warming up on the same track, on the same turf, and you know, racing on the same place. So it's kind of cool when it all just kind of put together in the same place like this. So
awesome. 2 more questions. I'll let you go. What does the Toad life mean to you?
Toad life, it's just about, you know, being resilient. That's kind of what I've had these past few years, and this is a good stepping stone to what I want to kind of go the rest of the year and the rest of my career. So Toad Fest is just about being resilient and just trying to be the best you could possibly be.
Awesome. Let's see. I think one last thing is just look at the camera and kind of be like, yo, what's up? I'm Donavan Brazier. If it's okay, I'm just going to put it for the highlight video. Yo, what's up? I'm Donavan Brazier. I just ran 144.7 in my first race in 3 years at the Toad Fest. We'll see you next year or something like that. It's kind of like a little hit, okay?
What's up, y'all? My name's Donavan Brazier. I came out here first time in probably about 3 years now running the Toad Fest, and came out with a 144.7, season's best first race of the year, and I'm just really excited to be out here and looking forward to next year.
And then last thing is say, no life like the Toad life, and point.
No life like the Toad life.
Then we drove 5 hours here.
Oh my gosh, let's go!
Appreciate it, man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Made my freaking day.
Thanks,
Do you mind if we get a picture of you in this light real fast?
Oh, for sure.